welcome, Cosmic Surfers, welcome. Lulu's with me today. I'm not sure if Dusty will join me. So we're just going to start with a little bit of breath work. So breathing in and drawing that breath into the throat and the chest and the stomach, and release. Breathing in and release. Breathing in and release. So 2019 we've had our first Trinity supermoon portal, and we've been in a perpetual space of 11:11 for the last few weeks now. 11:11 is the wake-up call, it's the ascension call, it's the awakening of our kundalini, of our third eye, it's the activation of our heart chakras. It's us starting to unplug from the matrix. It's the shift. 11:11 is the shift. The shift is our transition, if you like, from survival mode to creator mode. So we have been kept in a survival mode space, and a lot of the population still are, where safety, sanctuary, food, health, the basic requirements of survival have been the priority, or are the priority. When we're locked in that kind of lower, more primitive state, if you like, we cannot expand our consciousness. We cannot step fully into heart chakra activation, because we have to be prepared for predators. We have to be prepared for parasites. We have to be in survival mode, making sure we've got food in our bellies, making sure we've got a roof over our head. Too many of the population are still in survival mode. This is why a lot of light workers and a lot of healers hold a lot of anger and injustice about the injustice that such a beautiful population of people, so creative and imaginative, are just locked into these lower vibrations unnecessarily, because of course Gaia is, her gifts are abundant to us. This is the control of the gifts. So the 11:11 shift is us moving into a new perspective. It's us surrendering to the universe and saying, okay, I surrender to a higher energy, a higher divine frequency, a creative energy that will take care of me. In the Matrix, we are told we must take care of ourselves, and it's service to self. The jump, the leap of faith, if you like, the quantum leap in terms of frequencies, is that surrender, is that understanding that this is a much, much bigger picture than just us isolated in our little bubbles, in our avatars, that we are intrinsically part of something much, much bigger and truly magical and beautiful and joyous. We reach those states through meditation, through laughter, through being present. And we reach the Zen spaces through humility, understanding that this is an organic space of ascension and growth. Yes, there are negative elements coming in, but those negative elements are necessary as a point of tension. Without the catalysts, there can be no evolution, there will be less growth. my Andromedan brother is actually saying that's not the case at all. That species, populations can evolve without any point of tension. That, okay, so yeah, we're in that great war of dark and light. Some of us have volunteered to come. Some of us are starseed. It was our destiny, written in the stars, literally, for us to be here. Others are light workers, Gaia light workers, cosmic light workers, here to assist in the raising of the vibrations on this dimensional frequency so that she can rise into 5D. Right, that was a bit of a download there. Actually, that was a download. So I went in one direction, and then I had my consciousness expanded and I saw other spaces, and I learned more, and I shared. Downloads are like that. Downloads and upgrades come through in insight, in epiphany, in memory. They come through in geometric shapes, coming through, you can see them in your eyelids. They come through in synchronicity. They come through in number sequences. People are talking about downloads now. People are talking about upgrades. The upgrade is the DNA coding. The upgrade is the DNA being activated and brought online by the higher frequencies that are coming in through portals and gateways. So I'm going to talk about portals and gateways. The 333 is 2019. 3 portals, 3 Trinity portals. There's a lot of 3s around 2019. So the 3s, the portal, these are gateways, celestial gateways opening up as a result of planetary movement. Solar eclipses are triggers that activate the opening of these celestial portals. And what comes through is light. Really high vibrational frequencies just coming down onto us, coming through us, around us, just awash with these high vibrations. And each time these gateways and portals open, they propel us, they accelerate the upgrades to our DNA, the junk DNA coming online. Now with that has a knock-on effect. As we embrace and respond to and seek to integrate these higher vibrational frequencies as they come in through the portals, through the celestial gateways, our DNA, pop, 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 starts to upgrade. And as it starts to upgrade, we then experience what's called Lightbody Activation. Now this isn't lose weight, get super fit, be dynamo in 10 minutes. Lightbody activation is a profound process. It's years. Now it does accelerate each year as Gaia's ascension builds momentum. These portals have more impact. The retrogrades have more impact. Everything takes on greater resonance. So at the moment we have a perpetual 11-11 shift through 2019 that's ebbing and flowing. Wake up, release, wake up, release, wake up, release. By wake up I mean karmic clearing. I mean releasing a lot of the heavier karma that is holding us down. But I also mean waking up to the matrix and waking up to the lies, the deceit, the control systems, all of it. So Lightbody Activation is our mind, body, spirit, Trinity being brought online, if you like, to create an upgraded version of ourselves. So the game used to be here. This was the level the game was at. Now the game is here. And we need to upload these upgrades. We have to integrate them in order to raise our game to the next level, and the next, and the next. This isn't a matrix hierarchy. It's not a competition. Some of us have got loads of karma. Some of us are transmuting the collective consciousness karma. All of us have been attacked in our present lifetime and through our bloodline and our ancestors. And all of that is being cleared. All of that is being pushed through and released. And by that I mean the trauma of war and disease and poverty and all that is in the collective conscious. It's in the psyche, in the atmosphere. It's in us. And we are clearing that, light workers, light warriors. But each individual has their own karma to clear. And there is no time limit, there is no pressure. In fact, when we're in that space of karmic clearing, and now a lot of the time we don't know necessarily why we feel so upset or why something is triggered, tears or upset or anger even. A lot of it is the ancestral traumas coming up. These are very, very painful emotions, and I want to really sort of emphasize that we can only go at the speed that we can go at. You know, yes, people like me, energy psychics, healers, we talk about allow it, release it, let it go. But do it within safe spaces that you can manage and navigate. And if you feel it's getting too much, pull back. Do something. Pull yourself into routine. Pull yourself back into the matrix almost. Ground yourself back in and allow the space that you have released. You know, take it one step at a time and go to healers. Go to gong baths. Get acupuncture. Do qigong. Find what resonates with you, because all of it ultimately is helping us to release this heavier, traumatized, negative, toxic energies from our system, from our mind and our body and our spirit system, so that we can release them. And then as the light waves come in through the portals, we fill up with that light. This is where the light body activation starts to occur. Our skin changes, our eyes get brighter, our general health gets better. This is practical. Once we hit these higher vibrations, low frequency food does not sit well. A lot of this isn't necessarily choice. Well, it is, because you have to embrace the light body activation and you have to embrace the upgrades and say, yes, I'm going to give space for this. The movement towards raw food, non-animal based, plant-based diets is really a tell of the Great Awakening. Evolution shows that we will not eat animals, certainly not animals that are genetically modified, chemically sprayed. So the light body activation is quite practical. We physically change what we eat, we change what we do, we change how we move, and that has an effect. And as the time moves on, we get fitter, we get lighter on our feet, we get a more flexible movement in our bodies. This is karma. This isn't just yoga or Pilates or whatever it is that's resonated with you. This is the karma coming off. You know, it cracks off People talk about the aches and pains of light body activation in your legs, in your calves, in your arms, in your back, in your spine. Because as we release these dense energies, we are literally cracking them open. So I'm just going to do a little healing meditation around karmic clearing and light body activation, since we are moving through both of these now in a perpetual state. The retrogrades are creating problems, but that's required. So let's just take a minute. We're going to thank our bodies. We're going to thank our bodies for moving us, for breathing, for enabling us to be where we want to be, when we want to be there, for giving us joy, and as we connect to the source light, to that green emerald heart chakra light, we're going to draw that light down, breathing it in, and as we breathe, we draw this emerald heart healing light energy into our bodies, into our belly, into our lungs, into our shoulders. We draw this light, this healing energy down our arms, into our wrists. We thank our hands for all the hard work that they do for us and all the creative work that they do for us. We thank them for connecting us to the material plane. And as we breathe into this light, we draw this emerald heart energetic light down, and we draw it into our core. And from our core, we send this healing light out. Oh, into every cell, every bone, every muscle. We thank our bodies in gratitude. We see ourselves as beautiful. We see ourselves as unique. We celebrate our bodies. We celebrate our being. For we are here at a truly momentous time. And to still be standing, and to still be feeling that love vibration, and to still be sharing, and to still be giving, we are special people, sending love and light. And we draw that heart chakra, love, light energy, down into our root chakra. And this is where a lot of the ancestral trauma clearing is coming from. So we're just going to let this light, this healing emerald light energy move through and around and into our root chakra. And we send our grandmothers and our grandfathers such healing love and light. We hear their stories. We feel them. We remember them. Breathing in, drawing that healing light energy down into your root chakra at the base of your spine, and allowing that healing light to touch those ancestors, those grandmothers and grandfathers whose lives have affected and touched and influenced our own. But here we break the negative cycles. We break the negative ancestral cycles. We cut those cords and release our beautiful, beautiful ancestors from any trauma, any negativity, any kind of upset that has kept them from ascending into the light. Release. We thank them. Breathing in and release. Breathing in and release. So now we're going to send this light, this high frequency, high vibration, emerald, love, healing energy. We're going to send it down into our legs, because our legs do a lot of work for us. They keep us up, they move us around, they take a lot of the impact of just being in the matrix, of just being in an awakening, just being in Lightbody Activation. So we're going to send this healing love light down into our legs, and we're going to say thank you. We're going to thank our feet, thank our ankles, thank our knees. We're going to send some love to our hips. Yeah? Drawing that light down into our feet. Oh, and release. We hold a lot of tension in our legs. We hold a lot of the fear of childhood in our calves, in our buttocks. We carry a lot of the pain of our ancestors in our lower backs. And this can feed down into our legs, into our thighs, even down into our feet. So as we sit in this sacred light and allow it to move through us and embrace it, send it consciously to any areas in your body that you feel are just taking a lot at the moment. They need a little bit of tender loving care. So just take a moment, connecting to this universal light, this healing source creator light, and allow it to flow through you and direct it to any places that you feel require a little bit of attention, a little bit of healing, love and light. Breathing in and release. Breathing in and release. And one more time, breathing in and release. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to ground now, connected to universal love frequencies. We're going to draw that light into our feet and then back into Gaia. So allowing the light to flow through us, down through into our feet, And then back down into Gaia, and we are grounded. We are grounded. We are grounded. So we're going to do a couple of mantras now. Mantras are important. They allow us to energetically speak out loud our intentions, or to say them in our head. The imprint, the energetic frequency, is about the language that we use and the focused intention around that language. So, in these higher vibratory fields, mantras take on, just like everything else, just like solar eclipses and new moons and all the celestial activity that we've always been part of, everything is just taking on greater significance or resonance as we move up the frequency field. So we're going to open ourselves under the protection of sacred light to embrace all upgrades available at this time under the protection of our higher selves. We embrace all upgrades available at this time under the protection of our higher self. We power up the sacred sphere of light that surrounds us, protecting us from all lower frequencies and vibrations. We anchor our light to Gaia's grid. We share love. We receive love. We are love. Okay, beautiful people. I've just got a couple of last things that I want to mention. It's of course going to be self-care. The follow-up to embracing upgrades that then set the dominoes off of Lightbody Activation, spiritual awakening, unplugging from the matrix, is that we commit to caring for ourselves, and we set that as accountability. We are accountable for our own self-care. If our stress levels are going through the roof, we need to take control of that situation. We cannot just say, it's my diary, it's my calendar, it's my boss, it's my this, it's my that. That's deflection. Spiritual awakening, ascension, Lightbody Activation doesn't work with deflection. We need to reflect. We step back from what we're doing and we detach and we observe. And then we put our spiritual toolkit into play. You cannot upgrade unless you give yourself time, space, love, care, and attention. That has a whole bunch of stuff, but that's not for today's video. So yeah, my little note at the end of this video, beautiful people, is #ArtOfSlow, #self-care, #self-love. Right, my lovelies, more updates coming. Yeah, ride the retrograde business. There's got to be some friction for the growth to happen. Stay safe. Know that there are so many of us out here doing exactly the same as you, having days where, whoa, the karmic clearing is just overwhelming, and then other days where source light is like pulsing in my body. Yeah. The peaks and the troughs, the ebb and the flow of the shift. So, from me, Lulu, and I think Dusty did appear at some point. In love and light, beautiful people. See you soon. Bye. Namaste.